Map true stories. She slept with her best friend. This story isn't about cheating, at least, not directly. It's about what happens when someone's past never really leaves the room. I'm 37 years old, and I recently started dating a woman who checks every box. She's kind, funny, emotionally intelligent, the kind of person you don't meet often. We connected quickly, naturally. Nothing felt forced. And for the first time in a long time, I felt genuinely optimistic. About a month into dating, she told me something. Casually, almost like it didn't matter. She mentioned that 2 months before we met, she had slept with her best friend. At first, I told myself it was no big deal. We weren't together at the time. She didn't owe me anything. People have pasts. I know that. But then she added something else. They were still close, still talked regularly, still hung out, still part of each other's lives. That's when my brain started doing things I didn't ask it to do. Every time she mentioned his name, I felt a knot in my stomach. Every time she texted him, I wondered what was being said. Every time they resentir veritage lesau. Fine. Gesethentur Khan said I felt like an outsider. I hated that feeling, because nothing had actually happened. She wasn't hiding anything. She wasn't being dishonest. She answered my questions. She reassured me. She told me she chose me. But reassurance doesn't always quiet imagination. What bothered me most wasn't that they slept together. It was that they acted like nothing had changed, like that moment didn't matter, or like intimacy could be undone. I started asking myself questions I didn't want to ask. If he confessed feelings, would she hesitate if we fought? Would she run to him if I wasn't in the picture? Would he be? I didn't want to be the insecure guy, the jealous boyfriend, the one who makes demands. So I kept it to myself. Until I couldn't. Eventually, I told her how it made me feel, not accusing, not angry, just honest. I told her I was struggling with the closeness, that it made me uncomfortable, that I didn't know where the boundary was supposed to be. She listened. She didn't dismiss me. But she also didn't change anything. She told me he was important to her, that they had history, that nothing was happening now, and that she didn't want to lose a meaningful friendship because of insecurity. That's when I realized something painful. This wasn't about right or wrong. It was about compatibility. Some people believe the past stays in the past. Others believe certain doors shouldn't stay open. Neither is evil. But mixing them creates quiet resentment. I didn't want to control her. But I also didn't want to compete with someone who already knew her in ways I never would. So I had to ask myself a question I'd been avoiding. Could I live with this long term? Not tolerate it. Not oppress it. But genuinely accept it. Because if I couldn't, it wouldn't be fair to either of us. Sometimes the hardest relationship decisions aren't about betrayal. They're about realizing that love alone doesn't erase discomfort. This story doesn't end with a villain, just a realization that boundaries mean different things to different people. And sometimes walking away isn't about losing, it's about honesty. Map. True stories. Real stories. Real conflicts. Real choices.